All right, we're live. Let me just check, see if the stream is live. Let's see here. Let me just check, see if the stream. Okay, we're good. All right, so a couple days ago, I did a live stream where I did a speed run of EVPN VXLAN, where I took a leaf-spine topology that I had and just configured it from scratch manually, which is something I don't recommend doing. I don't recommend ever managing an EVPN VXLAN network through manual configuration. Even smaller configurations, I think, are better done through some type of automation. There's many different approaches you can take. Another thing is, if it's going to be this small, you probably don't even need VXLAN. You probably just want to do what we would call a collapsed core. So just regular VLANs and SVIs. But this is good to do for a couple of reasons. One, if you want to take the Arista Level 3 exam, EVPN figures heavily in the Level 3 courseware. I can't say, I honestly can't say because I don't honestly know if EVPN VXLAN would be on the exam that you would take, but it probably would, or at least there's a really good chance it is. I took it so long ago that I don't remember what was on it. And if I did know what was on it now, I couldn't tell you. I'm not supposed to tell you, but I can't tell you because I don't know. But it's good to know what you're up against when you're going to be configuring EVPN VXLAN manually. And also another reason why you want to do this manually is because if you want to understand, if you're going to do automation, you need to know how to do it manually. So those are a couple of reasons why we did it. And I just did it for just to see what I could do. Now I made a couple of mistakes when I did it. It worked, but there were a couple of mistakes. One of them was I did not, in the VXLAN section, there was VXLAN router encapsulation MAC address MLAG system ID. So I didn't combine those two. I didn't add that into the commands. And I can't remember what was the other thing that I didn't do. There was a couple of things I missed. Let me check here. What did I miss? Oh yeah, the other thing was in the non-MLAG pair. So I did a combination where leaf 3 and 4 we're doing EVPN all active, and leaf 1 and 2 we're doing MLAG. And I forgot in leaf 3 and 4 to put the route target import, which is weird because it's also actually route target import and export. I don't know why it says import there. But we need to, because we're exporting an ESI, an Ethernet segment identifier, we need to not only have the identifier itself, which is auto-derived from the LACP, but we also need to put in some kind of route target so that when we send the type 4 route, that devices have a way to import that. So fix that. And then another issue that I ran into was doing RD auto on leaf 1 and 2. What was happening? So here I set it manually, but what was happening, and I'm trying to figure this out here. So on leaf 1, and every VLAN or VLAN aware bundle needs an RD, a route distinguisher, and I was letting it do it automatically. So let me, first of all, I'm getting rid of this. I also forgot to put in a router ID, which was a rookie mistake, because every routing protocol wants to have a routing ID. And if you don't give it one, it might just pick up something like the highest layer 3 address or highest layer 3 loopback address. In our case, that was loopback 1. The problem is loopback 1 is shared between leaf 1 and 2. So let's make a problem statement to this mystery here. So the problem statement our route distinguisher mystery is that leaf 1 and leaf 2 were using the same route distinguisher. And that's kind of bad. In my experience, if two devices have the same route distinguisher, the switches will reject the routes. Or like if I announce that route to someone, it'll take one of them and throw out the other. So we got to figure out, my assumption was it just for the route distinguisher, the route distinguisher looks something like this. So it's some number colon some number, and it could be an IP, like IPv4 address colon something. And what we typically do is we encapsulate one of the loopback addresses into the route distinguisher, and then something else on top of that. So we're going to do VLAN 100, no RD, and we'll do RD auto, and we'll see what it picks up as its route distinguisher. We'll do the same thing over here. Actually, no, we're not going to do the same thing over here. Not yet. So if I do show BGP, oh yeah, we need to make sure that both devices are in the table. So show BGP, show MAC address table VLAN 100. We should see, so this is the MAC address of host 1. So we see it in the table. So the spine should see it in the table there. So we see it there, and we see this is the RD, the route distinguisher, and we can see that it encapsulates 10.255 2.1. And that is actually the shared IP address of leaf 1 and 2. That means that if I did RD auto on leaf 2, that it would use the same one and they would have the same route distinguisher, which my assumption was that's bad, but one of the things we need to do here is challenge some assumptions. Because each device has for MLAG, this is not the case for EVPN all active, but for MLAG, loopback 1 is the same on leaf 1 and 2. And my understanding is that if you have the same loopback or you have the same route distinguisher, whoever receives the routes will discard one of them, which is not what we want. We want them both to be accepted. So if we're basing it off of loopback 1, leaf 1 and 2 should have the identical loopbacks. And here's another strange thing, is that I'm only getting one set. I'm not getting them from leaf 2. Show BGP, EVPN, route type MAC IP. So this is weird. Leaf 2 should have, if I do show MLAG, it should be consistent. Show port channel P010. Switchboard access VLAN 100. We should see show MAC address table VLAN 100. we don't see the MAC address for this there, which is a problem. Leaf 1 and 2 should have synced MAC tables for VLAN 100 because they're both part of the same VLAN. MLAG, show run interface, port channel 10. So they should be syncing up. So they have the same config. And part of what MLAG does is it should sync the two up together. And it doesn't appear that it's doing that. So I can try Ethernet E10 through 11, and I can do shutdown. And what that should do is if the ping still works, I should see it in leaf 2. Because what could happen is the packets are getting hashed to leaf 1, but it's not getting hashed to leaf 2. All right, now we see the MAC address. And here is my RD. I set that manually. And if I go to the spine, okay, now I see it there. But again, I only see it from one. I don't see it from the other one. But the other one I did shut down the interfaces. So, and we can see that's the address that I configured manually. So let's see if I configure it. So the question is, oh yeah, so MLAG with MLAG, both leaf 1 and 2, and MLAG domain. Share a loopback 1 address. So another question would be, how is the RD auto RD derived? And my assumption was it picked the highest IP address. Highest IP address loopback, or the highest loopback address. So it was either the highest IP address general, highest loopback address, or the router ID, or the interface in VXLAN 1 for VTEP. So I need to solve this mystery right here. And the documentation, as far as I can tell, didn't say anything, or at least it didn't see anything in there about how it was actually derived when I did RD auto. So on leaf 2, I do have it set manually, and I do have a router ID set. So let's do this. For VLAN 100, no RD, RD auto. We'll just verify that that's what we have set there, RD auto, and then let's see what it's set. So show BGP, even route type MAC IP. So it looks like it did grab the router ID. And then use the VLAN ID as the next part. 1055.1.2. So let's change the router ID and see if we change the RD. Let's do 1111. Yep, that's what it was. So it doesn't use the highest address unless you don't have a router ID. So what I didn't have was a router ID, and so that was the problem. So as long as you set a router ID, everything's fine. All right, so that mystery is solved. Just set a router ID. It's best practice, and I forgot to do it, and that was dumb. Now, the other mystery is, why isn't both switches seeing the MAC address when they're in an MLAG pair? They should see the same MAC address. right, I see it there. And leaf 1. This one's about to expire because it's 5 minutes and we haven't seen it. Ping is going. So it's getting hashed to leaf 1, and leaf 2 is about to expire it out. You can watch it expire out. So I think 5 minutes. So in 15 seconds, it's going to expire out, which is annoying because that's not what's supposed to happen. I thought it should go after 5 minutes. We do have one move because it saw it on leaf 1, now it saw it on leaf 2. That's an interesting thing. We can see this. So if we do show BGP, show BGP route type, MAC IP, show BGP EVPN route type, MAC IP for 00200. We go detail. We don't have the... Yeah, we can see it. There should be a MAC. Is it in here? No, we still see it. Last move. Oh, it doesn't say when it was last seen. There is a MAC move field, but it looks like we didn't trigger it. See if we triggered it here. I don't think we did. If you do a vMotion, there's another field in this detail here. A Mac mobility field. And it shows up when it actually moves from one to another, but so let's see what the spine sees. All right. Oh, okay. So it says 2.1 for this one. So was that RD Auto? Where did that come from? So we've got these two routes here. One of them, so 2.1 is loopback 1. 1.2 is loopback 0. It should derive it from loopback 0. That's what we want. Did I not set this in here? Show run interface. Or show run BGP. Section BGP. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have it in here. So in leaf 1, if I do router ID, no, router BGP, router ID. 10.225 1.1. So that should change that. There it is. All right, so we get it. We're getting this correctly. So this is what we should be seeing. This is the expected behavior now. So we know that the RDs will be derived from the router ID. If not, it'll probably pick up the highest loopback address. Maybe the highest. Well, let's try this. I'll do a. I'll do interface. Let's see if we can trick it. So no router ID. And then here it should pick up Yeah, it picks up the highest address there. All right, now we're only seeing it out of leaf 1, which is interesting. So we got to maybe figure that out. But let's do this. I'll do... do I have a free interface that I don't have anything connected to? 3 and 4. Okay, they're my uplinks. Do I have an interface that I could just grab? So I'll just do Ethernet 4. I'll do IP address. I'll do an IPv4 address. Will be 220 or 201, 201, 201, 201. And then we'll see if it picks up the highest IP address or the highest loopback. Okay, didn't pick up that. So let's try interface loopback 11, IP address 201.202.1/32. Trying to see if, how does it pick this? How does it do the RD if we don't have a router ID set? Just reset that, see if it comes up. It looks like it used maybe the VXLAN 1 address. So we do show run interface VXLAN 1. So let's do this. I'll do interface VXLAN 1, VXLAN source interface, loopback 11. So I've got the next hop in there, but it's still picking. I don't know where it comes up with that. No RD or router BGP VLAN 100 RD 11 and then no RD auto. It's weird. Can't tell how it's deriving this, other than to say that if we do set the router ID, that seems to fix the problem. Okay, there it is. So then interface VXLAN 1. VXLAN source interface loopback 1. Then we should see the next hop go back to yeah. So yeah, it's not clear. Although the only thing I know for sure is that if you have a router ID set, it will encapsulate that into the RD, which is what we want. That's what we want to happen. So the other mystery is why in the heck is spine 2 not seeing that MAC address? My understanding of it is that because then spine 1 and leaf 1 and leaf 2 are in an MLAG pair, they should have their MAC tables synced. So show MAC address table VLAN 100. I don't see host 1. But if I do over here, show show MAC address table, VLAN 100, I do see the MAC address of host 1. So why aren't they syncing? If I do show mlag config sanity, it says they're up. It says they're configured correctly, and I do show mlag. It says they are consistent, and they're active, and they're connected, so that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. But yeah. One thing I can always do is I can always configure this via another method. So I can bring AVD into this. So I think I have a playground I can pull out from. So let's try, yeah, so let's do, I'm going to pull the configs first. Low, medium. All right, so I got the configs. I do. So what I'd said was beware of RD auto because it grabs loopback 1. That's not the case. So I was wrong about that. What RD auto does is if you don't set a router ID, then it apparently grabs the highest loopback interface. But I didn't even grab the highest loopback interface because I created one that was higher. I don't know how it derives. If you don't have a router ID, I don't know how it figures out what to put in your RD. So it's still a mystery. But now the mystery is why isn't leaf 1 and leaf 2 syncing their mlag? Because they should have the synced up forwarding tables, but in this case they don't. One thing I do want to do. So they are LICB is configured, and we are going to both of them. So that should be right. So I'm going to go to my GitHub account, or maybe I'll just go to here. I think. Do I have leaf 1 set up? This is a different VM. Yeah, they don't have. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah. What did I do? So this is my AVD playground. Basic. Did I do mlag? I did mlag, okay. So I will sudo docker container lab, sudo container lab deploy. reconfigure. So wait for those to start up. Just wait for this to come up. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing if AVD, which will generate configurations based off of Arista best practices, and see if I see similar behavior in the two hosts not syncing. Because it could be just I've got my understanding is incorrect as to what's supposed to happen, but I don't think it is. I think if I learn a MAC address on leaf 1, it should be synced to leaf 2 and vice versa. And for some reason, it's not happening there. So it could be a bug. It could be a misconfiguration. I mean, it's almost always a misconfiguration, or it could be just a misunderstanding on my part about how it should actually work. Oh. So wait for this to deploy here. I can also just get. I have a repo called AVD Playground. Is there anything in here I can use? Yeah. It's just a repo I keep to be able to play around. These accounts should log in. Go to the basic directory and do Ansible playbook. Build fabric. I need I need PyAVD, so pip3 install PyAVD. Make sure I have all the modules. All right, these are up, so this one I should be able to do. And deploy this. Over here, I'll do the same thing. Our build. Oh yeah, I installed a later version. Of AVD. The Python library is not compatible, but I think I can ignore it. Or maybe I need to do it here. Yep, there we go. All right, so this should I'm like disabled. Did I not have MLAG on this one? What about this one. Different environment. All right, it's up. Sudo docker exec it host 1 bash. Crap. Okay. dnf-y install IP route. Okay, and Ethernet. You know, probably better, easier to fix this one. So let's do that. Fabric. Oh yeah, I definitely want to turn these off because I don't want that. And I don't need my underlay, a multicast. I do want to do true here. I want to change my EVPN services to VLAN 100 and 200 respectively. I don't need to do these things anymore. And I can get rid of all the other VLANs that aren't part of this. And I need the mlag config part here. Nope. CDAVD. So I do this. Go groups, and then what did the other one? What did I have for the other two? I don't even have the other two. All right, well, I'll fix that. Get my 2, leaf 3, leaf 4, 3, 4, 13, 14, 5, 6. So the uplink interface would be Ethernet 3, Ethernet 4. Uplink switches is spine 1, spine 2. So on each device, we connect to spine 1 on Ethernet 3. I think. What did I have here? Yeah, spine 1, spine 2, Ethernet 3, Ethernet 4. All right, let's try that again. We'll build the configs. Tax for not found. Oh yeah, I didn't. Missing spine 1 because I didn't configure spine 1 in here, so we'll do that. Can't remember why I didn't have spine 1. Maybe it wasn't in inventory. Yeah, was not. MLAG interfaces not set on leaf 1. Oh, I didn't set MLAG interfaces. This right here. For the peer links. MLAG peer pool. So yeah, so that would be these two guys. There we go. All right, then we'll do deploy. Then watch MLAG come up. It's connected. That's good. And then host 1, my ping. Oh, I need to configure my interfaces here. Yeah, these are all wrong. 10, Ethernet 11, Ethernet 10, Ethernet 11. On leaf 1, leaf 1, leaf 2, leaf 2. VLAN 100. Host 2, this is Ethernet 10, Ethernet 11, Ethernet 10, Ethernet 11. On leaf 1, leaf 1, or sorry, leaf 3, leaf 3. Leaf 4, leaf 4. 200. So build the fabric again. All right, got some errors here. Length of list switches and endpoints does not match. So leaf 1, leaf 1, leaf 2, leaf 2, leaf 1, leaf 3, leaf 3, leaf 4, leaf 4. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this key. We don't need it. Purely for documenting purposes. Oh, we didn't create leaf 3 and 4 at all here. So I did create leaf 3 and 4 here, but it's not in the inventory, I bet. Rack 1, leaf 1, 2. Rack 2 is leaf 3 and 4. Okay. There we go. So deploy that. We'll see if the ping works now. Not getting any LECP. Oh, yeah, so I'm missing something here. Port channel ID 10. I think this is correct. All right, port channel. So yeah, so what is it? avd.arista.com. EOS designed input variables. And we're looking for network services. So this is endpoint connectivity. And I was doing, I think, connected endpoints. There's two ways to configure an endpoint. We're doing it via connected endpoint settings. That's not network settings. That is endpoint, connected endpoint keys. Network port settings. Looking for the port channel settings. Channel ID, that's it. So we want port channel, mode active, channel ID 10. Mode active, channel ID 10. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, so interval 5, repeat 10,000. So that should keep everything nice and synced up. Do show mlag. We're consistent. Show BGP or show MAC address table VLAN 100. So there is the MAC address for host 1. And then let's see it for host 2. Show MAC address table VLAN 100. So they both see them there. And we have everything we're supposed to see. So there's something I misconfigured on the other ones. What I can do is I can try and upload. Yeah, so those are all the old ones. What I can do is I'm just going to rename these. Leave one config. Directory path. So we're going to do an upload. Config. Source. Okay, source. All right. I didn't like something about this. Oh, cut that off. There we go. Did I have the originals in here? Don't think I did. That's okay. So I'm just gonna there we go. Ah, darn it. Too many. Or I didn't like something in leaf 1 and 2. All right, so show mlag, we're consistent. All right, we see that. Then leaf 1. Let's see, show MAC address table VLAN 100. We see it in both, and we see them recently in both. Okay, so maybe it's a fluke or like it's just a bug. Sometimes you get some weird bugs in the container version. But I do have at least one answer to one of my questions. Oh, I didn't do replace, that's why. It was adding to the config instead of replacing it. Because we don't need to back up. We want... We want replace block. To replace block. What we want to do is replace the entire config entirely. Like, we don't want anything to survive. I thought we had a way to do that here. Oh, this is iOS. Duh. Config, that's what we need. Replace config. Just replace the whole darn thing. That's better. That's weird that iOS doesn't do it. Underlay is not working. All right, now the underlay is working. All right, so I think, yeah, the underlay wasn't established yet. All right, so now we've got there, and let's see if show MAC address table VLAN 100. We see the MAC address of host 1. Show MAC address table VLAN 100, and we see the MAC address for leaf 1. We've generated it. All right, so maybe it's a fluke. Seems to be working now. I'll check again later. So I think that's enough for today. It's a Saturday night. I'm gonna unwind now. But we did solve a mystery, which is what I wanted to do. And yeah, I'll continue on a little bit later. Not tonight though.